So back when I started working out, I'd never expected it's possible to achieve this kind of pull-up strength. And now, the things that I would consider impossible just a few years ago have become a regular thing in my training sessions. But most people cannot do even normal pull-ups. So if that's you, in this video I'll show you exactly how you can get from 0 to 5 pull-ups in no time. I'll show you which exercises to choose based on your actual level, how to do them, and how to progress. But why pull-up? First of all, pull-up is an ultimate back builder. It's one of the best exercises you can ever do for your back. And especially if you don't go to the gym. In the gym you can do some machine exercises, but if you don't go to the gym, pull-up is your go-to. It's the main thing you should focus on for your upper body. Besides push-ups and dips, you should focus on just a couple basic exercises. And pull-ups are one of them. Most of my gains are because of pull-ups, because I did a lot of pull-ups in my life. And so make sure to never skip them. Even if you go to the gym, even if you do these weighted exercises, then still you should include some pull-ups in your workouts. And you can do even weighted pull-ups, which are also pretty epic if you ask me. I love them. I managed to do weighted pull-ups with additional 80 kilograms, which is probably like, I don't know, 170 pounds or something like this, I'm not sure. Besides your back, the pull-up also gets you very good grip strength. It will build these forearms very nicely. Grip strength is very important to have if you want to lift something heavy from the ground. It's good to have a grip strength, right? Because if you don't have, you cannot lift that. And also, based on all the research that we have, grip strength is very much correlated with longevity, which means with how long people live and how good people live. Pull-ups also are very good for shoulder health, because if you are hanging a lot, it really works good on your shoulders. And with pull-ups, you are hanging a lot. Also, when you're hanging, your spine decompresses. I even made a whole video just about hanging, so I'm not gonna talk about this much more in here. If you want, go find it on my channel. And the last thing, pull-up also builds your core stability, because you need to squeeze your whole body when doing pull-ups correctly. So in order to squeeze your whole body, you need to engage your core very much. And if you engage your core very much, your core will get stronger. Here's a fun fact. If you do a lot of these compound movements, like pull-ups, dips, squats, and if you add some weights to this, it's even better. Your core is working so much that you don't even need to train your core anymore. I don't train my core since, I don't know, 6 years ago I stopped maybe. My core is so very strong. I don't do any specific work for the core. It's just because I do a lot of these basic compound movements and also some calisthenic skills. So what are the things you should think about when doing pull-ups? First of all, you should grab the bar around shoulder width apart. With time you can experiment a little bit with more grips. For example, wide grip pull-up, close grip pull-up. But let's start with the simplest one. Let's start with the basic. And the basic is that you grab the bar like this, around shoulder width apart. Then you squeeze the bar very hard. You have a tight grip. The harder you squeeze, the stronger is your pull-up. With better grip, you can pull harder, which is pretty good. Here's another thing. In the gyms, you can constantly see that people are crossing their legs. But if you have the possibility to straighten your legs, if the bar is high enough, then why would you cross the legs behind the body? It makes no sense. When you do this, you use less of your back muscles. Your back muscles are a little bit less engaged. When you squeeze the core, then your legs will naturally go to the front. And when you do that, your lats, which is your back muscles, they will stretch a little more. And when they are more stretched, they will work more during this movement. And you will want to bring your chin over the bar or above the bar. You don't want to do half reps. You want to go all the way up. I don't mean that you have to bring your chin above the bar. You don't have to. At least touch with your chin to the bar. This is the minimum. To the bar is okay. If you want to go a bit harder, then go above the bar. If you want to go even harder, then go chest to the bar, which is pretty freaking epic. I like it. So what are some beginner progressions if you're just starting by, if you cannot do a single pull-up yet? First of all, you want to start with a dead hang. You're just hanging from the bar. You do this every day. If you hang like this, it will have a lot of benefits on your body. And as I said before, I already made a video about hanging. So you want to start with dead hangs. Then you want to do also active hangs, which are engaging your core much more and is also more similar to the initial position of the pull-up. And then you'll want to also do some scapula shrugs to strengthen your scapulas a little bit, to have a better control over your scapulas. And this is the first ever step to the pull-up. And this will also strengthen your grip, which is also a basic of being able to do pull-ups. If you cannot hold yourself on the bar, how would you want to do a pull-up? Then you want to go for inverted rows. You can mix the inverted rows also with the scapular shrugs or dead hangs. This movement pattern is a little bit different than a pull-up, but it works very similar muscles. So if you get stronger with inverted rows, or as some other people call it, Australian pull-ups, you'll also get stronger at your pull-ups. So it's very good to train this at the beginning because it's much easier than the pull-up as your legs are on the ground. You are lifting much less weight than if you hang on the bar. And also play with the angle. If you do this on gymnastic rings, like me, then the higher gymnastic rings are, the easier it is. The lower your gymnastic rings are, the harder it is. So the more horizontal is your body, the harder it is. The more vertical you go like this, the easier it is. But then to make it even harder, you can put your legs on some elevation and then you will be like this, which makes it even harder. And if you have the opportunity, you can also do leg assisted pull-ups. So you put your rings high enough, you put your legs on the ground and you just pull yourself up, but with your legs on the ground, which is making you weigh a little bit less. And you can also progress this by lifting one leg off, by just using your legs less. When you master all of this, let's progress to the intermediate progressions, which are, first of all, band assisted pull-ups. This is my favorite. They are not perfect, but I like them. I like to teach people pull-ups with this because it teaches you the exact technique. It gives you this exact feeling how it is to do a pull-up. And you can do a few reps of this. So it's pretty good because your body learns the exact movement that you do when you do normal pull-ups. And it's very easy to track the progress with this. You take a band, let's say it's a 20 kilo band like this one, or 25, I'm not sure, and you use this band as long as you can do 3 sets of 8 reps. Then when you can do this, then you get rid of this band and you take this band, which is like 15 kilos or something like that, and you do exactly the same. So you go from, I don't know, 5 or 4, however many you can do with this one, and you go to 8. And you can do 3 or 4 sets of 8 with this. Then you grab even lighter band, but I didn't take one today, so I can show you. So you grab even lighter, let's say 5 kilos band. I have band like this, it's literally this thin. If you can do with this one 5 reps, 8 reps, well, then I'm pretty sure you can do a couple nice reps body weight already. So just make sure you use the least resistance possible. It needs to be hard. If it's not very hard for you, don't even do this. Take another band or do more reps. It has to be hard. In order to make progress, to build muscle, to build strength, you need to come close to your failure. So if you feel like you can do only 1 more repetition, stop there. If you feel like you can do 5 more repetitions, keep going. Simple as that. Then you can also do jumping negative pull-ups, but only if you have already built up some kind of strength. It is for beginners because this is to learn the first pull-up, but it's not for complete beginners. If you don't have control over your body still on the bar, don't do this. You have to be able to jump up to the bar and slowly lower down, just like this. Don't drop yourself down. If you drop yourself down, it doesn't work. It does nothing to you. It's a waste of time. So don't do this. Do this only if you have already built up some control, some amount of strength in your body. When you go to the top of the bar and you can hold yourself and slowly lower down, you're good to go. You can do this. Besides your band assisted pull-ups, you can mix these 2 exercises. For example, today you do band assisted, tomorrow you do negatives, then you switch these exercises. It's very nice to have some variation also. It works your muscles a little bit differently, but also you need to keep in mind that doing negative pull-ups will fatigue you a little bit more because this lowering the descent portion of the movement is the most fatiguing, and with negatives you do only this portion of the movement. When you master these 2 exercises, do 1-arm pull-ups. 1-arm pull-ups are pretty good to strengthen your 1 arm. So if you have both arms strong, you can probably do a normal pull-up already. I'm kidding. Oh my god, that was stupid, yeah? Yeah, I'm kidding. That's it, man. You don't need anything else besides the band assisted pull-ups and the negative pull-ups. When you can do 3 or 4 sets of 8 repetitions with light band, you will probably be able to do unassisted pull-ups. If you can do a few solid negative pull-ups, you'll probably be able to do a few unassisted pull-ups. You don't need any fancy, crazy exercises. Just keep it simple, man. If you keep it simple, it's much easier to program, to schedule your workouts, to know what you have to do, and to progress, basically. So keep it simple. That's the way to go. Don't do 1-arm pull-ups. Do the band assisted and the negatives. And one more thing to say about the band assisted. Don't start them too early. If you need this very thick band, like 50 kilo band, don't bother doing this. It will not build any strength. Just do the inverted rows instead. If you can do a few reps with 20 kilo band, then it's okay. But don't use harder bands than this. 20 kilo is the maximum. don't go over it, which is like 40 pounds, I think. And now all you need to implement is progressive overload. And this I'll explain very soon, because now you know all the exercises you need to achieve your first pull-up. And to help you implement all of it, I've created a free training program to help you go from 0 to 5 pull-ups, which you can find in our community, link in the description. You can grab the workout program. If you like to stay in the community, you can stay. If you don't like, you can just cancel in a few clicks. You have zero risk. Even if you cancel the membership in our community, you'll still have access to the workout program. So you have nothing to lose, a lot to gain. Check the first link in the description and I'll see you inside. Okay, so now you know how to train. So here are some tips on how to get the most out of your training. So first of all, you will want to apply the progressive overload. It's all about progressing. You need to progressively overload your exercise over time. So you need to make the exercise harder from workout to workout, or from week to week, or from month to month. Or if you are very advanced, then probably it will be every month or every year. But it's not a video for very advanced people, so I'm pretty sure you are not. As a beginner, you will want to improve every workout or every week. You just need to improve. And how do you improve? First of all, you will want to improve your technique. So let's say you are doing rows. You can do 5 reps. And these reps are not the best quality. With next workouts, instead of increasing the repetitions, you're still doing 5 reps, but you're doing this with better technique. So you are improving your technique from workout to workout. Improving technique is a form of progressive overload. If you improve your technique, you have progressed. So start with this one. This is the best one because this is ensuring you'll be progressing better in the future and also ensuring that you will not get injured. So start with improving your technique. Then, once you improve your technique, add more repetitions every workout or every week. So if you did 5-5-5 this week, then next week you can do 6-6-6. Or if you cannot do 6-6-6 yet, then you can do 6-5-5, then 6-6-5. And like this, you just add 1 repetition, 2 repetitions every single workout or every single week. Pretty simple as that. Once you reach certain amount of repetitions, for example 3x8, you will want to pick a harder variation of the exercise. So just like I spoke before, when you can do a lot of rows already, you grab band assisted pull-ups, which are harder variation of the exercise. And you do the negative pull-ups, which are also harder variation of the exercise. Then you can also decrease the resistance. So you pick the lighter band in the case of band-assisted pull-ups. You can also add some weights, but it's not the case of this video because it's for beginners. And at last, you can also add 1 more set. If you did 3x8 this workout, in the next workout, you can progress by doing 4 sets. So you do 4x8 or 4x7. It will be still improvement, would still be more repetitions in total than 3x8. So this is how you do progressive overload. And besides progressive overload, there are of course other things to take the most out of your workouts. First of all, don't freaking swing. Just don't do these CrossFit pull-ups or whatever. Just do a controlled pull-ups. At the beginning, you might start with some swing because, yeah, you're not strong enough. But with time, try to reduce the swing. This is also a way of progression. Next thing, you'll always want to have a full range of motion. You'll always progress better if you do full range of motion movements. So don't do half repetitions, do a full repetitions. You go all the way down with your pull-up and then you go all the way up, chin to the bar. This is full range of motion pull-up. Always do like this. One more tip, when it comes to pull-up, you can lose weight. Losing weight is pretty simple. If you know what you're doing, it's not difficult. If you really want to learn the pull-ups fast, lose a few kilos and your pull-ups will become easy as hell. The lighter you are, the easier the pull-ups are. Think of it like this. Let's say now you're 90 kilos, but your normal weight would be 85 kilos. So it's like if you are learning to do pull-ups with a 5 kilo vest, which is much harder feat to do. It's like you are doing weighted pull-ups. So if you lose some weight, if you lose a few kilos, it will surely make your pull-ups easier. You'll surely learn pull-ups way faster than if you don't lose weight. This is a little cheat code because you can lose weight quite quickly. You just need to eat a little bit less than you use every single day. You can watch some videos on YouTube how to do this. It's really simple. Just don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate your fitness, your training, your lifestyle. If you want to learn pull-ups, do it 2 to 3 times a week and you're good to go. You just need to train a couple times a week. You need to be consistent because this is the most important. I know it sounds cliche. Oh, consistency. Yes. Consistency is the most important thing when it comes to most things in life, actually, not only training. So you need to stay consistent. You need to repeat these pull-ups over and over again. Also track your progress so you actually know where you're going. When you track your progress, it's like you have a map. You know where you're going, you know the direction. So track your progress, get yourself some app. There are various free apps for your phone. You can get yourself one. The workout programs that we have in our community that I mentioned before are actually hosted on an app, which is completely free. So you can download this app. You can add the workouts that we have in our community to your account on this app, and you'll have it there forever. And you can track your progress in this app very well. I'm using this app all the time. So if you haven't done yet, join our community, grab the free program, put in the work, and I can't wait to see you inside. Ciao.